Namaskaram. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, sloka 34. In this sloka, Lord Krishna says, learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him with reverence and render service unto him. Such an enlightened saint can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. So Lord Krishna explains how we do the sacrifice to get the knowledge and from whom we have to get that spiritual knowledge and what are the ways how to approach to get the divine knowledge. So he says, number 1, you approach a spiritual master. Number 2, inquire from him submissively. Third one, render service to him. Only the jnanis can teach us the absolute truth. Absolute cannot be understood by just self-effort. We cannot understand on our own. It has to be only by, explained by the Guru, by the teacher. So here we cannot be saying that I will contemplate and understand. It is not possible. So we have to approach a spiritual master. And our intellect is covered by ignorance from endless lifetimes. We have been taking many births and every birth we do karmas and every karma creates the effect. So what happens? Our intellect is covered by the ignorance, the karma palan, the karmic reactions. So here in this birth, God says you take away those karma vasana with the help of divine knowledge. So you acquire the knowledge. We need to receive knowledge from God realized saint. So you have to search for the God realized saint who knows absolute truth and serve. You have to serve to your Guru. You search for a Guru and you submit yourself, surrender yourself to him because he is giving you the knowledge. He bestows you with the knowledge and you serve him with pure mind. Give up all your doubts. He gives you knowledge of scripture and discrimination. With that, you lead a happy life, peaceful life. So this spiritual transfer of that spiritual knowledge which is transferred. So such transfer of knowledge is different from academic knowledge. See what we learn here academically from this regular schools is different from the spiritual schools. We have to stay in those days. The students had to stay with the gurus in the gurukulams with minimum facilities, and they used to do service to Guru, and Guru should be satisfied with the student. Only then he starts teaching. So they will be under the supervision. So they have to get through the observation done by the teacher, the Guru, and you get divine knowledge from him. So with the grace of Guru, you develop the knowledge for Atma. So in that process, what happens? Both Guru and student, they develop beautiful relationship. Student keeps Guru in his heart. So there is a humility, that is ready to listen to Guru because he likes his Guru. He keeps his Guru in his heart and he is staying with the Guru with a service attitude. And Guru in turn shows his love towards the Sishya. This is what Guru Sishya Parampara in our country, in our scriptures we find this. If you take Rama was, Lord Vishnu has taken the incarnation of Rama, but still Rama too went to Gurukula. He went to Gurukula of Vasishta. He stayed in Gurukula and learnt Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata and Shatrugna, all of them. Though they were all, they belonged to the king family, but the Dasharatha sent them. They were given formal education in the Gurukula only. They didn't ask the Guru to come to their place and learn. They were sent to Gurukula and they were made to stay there and learn. Krishna, when Lord Vishnu took the avatar of Krishna, he too went to the Gurukula of Shantipini. He stayed there and learned. Ramanuja's father was he was a scholar, he was a knowledgeable person. He learned all the Vedas and he was a master of that. But still he wanted his son to get the knowledge from a Guru. So first Guru was Yadava Prakasha. Then Ramanuja learnt from so many Gurus. The Sishyas of Sri Alavanda Swamigal. All the Gurus were Sishyas of Sri Alavanda Swamigal. And he went to Tirukoshtiur Nambi's place 18 times to get the knowledge, to get the particular area of study. And Ramanuja was known for his bhakti, his respect towards the teachers. So he went in search of all the teachers. He went to Tirumala and learnt Ramayana, learnt the explanation of Ramayana under Periya Tirumalai Nambigal. So he went in search of Gurus, he stayed with them and learnt. So Ramanuja's life history gives us this value of the relationship between Guru and Sishya. And there's a story. A Guru is giving an assignment to Sishya, that is, the Sishya has learnt a particular portion and he was asked to say that, recite it under a tree. And Guru said, the number of leaves shed from the tree means you are making so many number of mistakes. And this Sishya went to the tree and he started. He invoked Lord Ganesha and he started saying. Then what happened? Immediately all the leaves from the tree fell down. Then he went and told the Guru. The reason was he did not do dhyan on Guru. He did not think of Guru. He was the one who taught him, but he did not think of his Guru. So what happened? All the leaves fell down, were dropped from the tree. So this shows how Guru is important for a Sishya. The value of Guru is highlighted in the story. This is how in olden days the Gurus were respected. It's not like the period now. That's what Krishna says. You have to surrender yourself, and even you get your doubts clarified, but in a polite way. So this is very important for modern day students. What happens in the classroom? The students get information from all sources and they test the knowledge of teacher in the class. That is not right. That's not a right attitude. Why we read all these scriptures? We are getting values from this. Because Guru should be respected. He is like a God. And here in spiritual Guru you find he is God realized saint. So he is transferring his knowledge. He is so happy to share his knowledge with his students. So such gurus have to be respected, have to be worshipped. There was once a sage called Daumya. After he finishes his teaching, he used to give tests to the students. And in those days, the teaching was based on practical skills. That is, everything connected to the society. And one of the students, Aruni, he was asked to go around and do the work. And that day, the field was flooded with too much of rain. So the Aruni tried to stop protect the field. So he kept the sandbags in the field so that the water would not enter the field. But that did not work out. Then he made a moat. So the water fell and poured into the moat. Then the sage Daumya visited that spot and he was so proud of his student Aruni, and he said, yes, you deserve the degree or whatever it is, the title from you. I am giving you, I bestow you with the knowledge. I am giving you the wisdom. And Guru was so happy because the student did something useful for the society. So the learning was always connected to society. So this is a difference. See how the education system was in olden days. It is not just merely acquiring the degrees. Whatever they learn, they have to use it for the public welfare. So this kind of education, this kind of teachers were there in olden days, and Krishna highlighting the gurus in this sloka. So Krishna says, you develop good approach towards the teacher, and you do service, and you develop humility. So you need to pay respect and go and search for a spiritual master and do service to him and acquire the knowledge. So this is what Sloka 34 explains.